tonight. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum, captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd, replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications, table smashes, fierce altercations, belt changes hands, crowd erupts, we dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight, hit the play button, commentary tight, top rope leap, slams in sight, podcast reverberates, break into night. No disqualifications, table smashes, fierce altercations, belt changes hands, crowd erupts, we dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight, hit the play button, commentary tight, top rope leap, slams in sight, podcast reverberates, break into night. Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat and overdrive. Yeah, chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. No holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Taking folks in, dialogue insane. Nats on the mat, Vince is vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break it tonight. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum, captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd, replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications, table smashes, fierce altercation, belt changes hands, crowd erupts, we dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat and overdrive. Yeah, chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. No holds unbound. Got it.
Thinking over once. You can't really, you know, I'm with the right.
Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat and overdrive. Chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Tagging folks in, dialogue insane. Mats on the mat, Vince's vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum, captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd, replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications, table smashes, fierce altercations, belt changes hands, crowd erupts, we dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight, hit the play button, commentary tight, top rope leap, slams in sight, podcast reverberates, break into night.
Okay, so I'm fired. All right. Thank you, IYH. It's been good knowing you. Um, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I think I'm gonna leave now. Rookie mistakes. Rookie. I feel really bad about that now. Holy cow. Um, damn. All right. Let me redo that. Welcome, IYH listeners and viewers. This is Grun's Room Smackdown Preview Review Show. You got to tune in to IYH every single week, including the Monday Night Raw review show. Sorry, not preview. They don't throw that word in. I did. That's not my show. I'm just a co-host on it because it is hosted by the fantastic, the amazing, the voice Joshua Joseph. It is co-hosted also by Kevin Calloway, and then you have this blue-eyed dummy right here that I show up every week. I don't know why they keep me around, but they do. I like it. I like hanging out with those other two bearded guys. They're better than me in every single way. You gotta like them. You gotta tune in to the Raw, to the Monday night Raw review show, and you got to tune in to the Raw deal with House and O'Neil, hosted by Alakon, the Concept House, our boss, who is co-hosted by Divinely Designed Annie O'Neil. You got to tune into the Dear Pro Wrestling podcast, hosted by Kevin Calloway, alongside the world's most dangerous podcaster, Mr. Paragon, and Relentless Ray Larson, three pro wrestlers answering your questions and talking about all subjects about the pro wrestling industry. That's kind of exciting. You guys should definitely tune into that, especially if you are looking to become a professional wrestler. They might give you some tips that you might not get in 5 years. So they're giving you those tips right now, helping you get ahead. Because hey, pro wrestling's hot right now. Everybody knows it, regardless of where you are in the pro wrestling wars. We're gonna say pro wrestling is hot right now. So this has never been a better time to be a pro wrestler. You got to tune in to the ECW watch alongs because while they don't really talk about what's going on in WWE, they might mention it a little bit. But here is the thing. They go over, they watch, they introduce you to ECW original content before Paul Heyman sold ECW to WWE. Yeah, and the voice, Joshua Joseph, right here. He on that night, he is not just the voice; he is the educator of Extreme, and he loves ECW with a passion, with all of his soul. You got to tune in and hear him and lead Alakon, the Concept House, who is always his co-host, was on a journey. You got to tune in because also they recently watched an episode with Josh Greenberg, who was the lawyer, manager, confidant of the late great Sabu. And he actually showed a match. He told Josh and Elcon about a match that Josh had never seen from Sabu. Sabu is Josh's favorite wrestler, and he thought he knew of all of Sabu's matches. He did not. This one evaded. It is an amazing episode. It is one of the best episodes that they have ever done on the ECW Watch Along show. You have to tune in. Even if you don't watch along, you got to just tune in because it is amazing. It is one of their absolute best episodes that they put together. Tune into that, watch that, because you can watch everything or listen to everything that we put out on In Your House Wrestling Podcast everywhere you get podcasts. Spotify, Apple Music, we put it all everywhere. So you got to tune in. You got to check that crud out. That stuff out because it's not crud because it's better. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to watch my language. I have to be an adult. You see, I'm doing that. I'm adulting. And then finally, you have to tune in to the Sunday house party where you never know who's going to show up. Well, sometimes it's just three, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's four, sometimes it's seven people. Well, you never know who's going to show up, how many are going to show up, and what the hell we're going to talk about. But you got to tune in. Once again, you got to also join our Discord. For the week, for the time being, this code is good for 7 days, and that is from June 20th. The link is https semicolon // discord.gg / lowercase q 4 uppercase y lowercase xt uppercase b lowercase t uppercase w. Don't blame me on that code, okay? You can thank Discord for the weird code, all right? All right, I'm just trying to do you guys a favor. You guys got to check that stuff out. Now, you got to join our Discord. You will not regret it. And now we are going to get into some wrestling news. And the first thing I want to talk about is Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné has recently been called the first woman to compete at both the Wembley Stadium, to compete at Tokyo Dome, Madison Square Garden, and Arena Mexico. Now, when I heard this, thought, okay, whatever. Cool. That is something she has. That's something she can say. I saw this account on X saying no, it was Bull Nakano. And I went down a rabbit hole because I'm like, hold on, why is he saying Bull Nakano? Let me check this out. Let me look at. I was originally believing this person was right, that it was Bull Nakano. That she was the first one, and for some reason, pro wrestling history had completely washed over her. From what I had seen, from what I had found, it appears that this person saying that is not correct, and that Mercedes Moné is not the first woman to wrestle at all of these stadiums and arenas. It is correct. It is a correct statement. I'm glad that I did my research before we went live, because otherwise I would just look like an idiot, and I don't want to do that. But what I did discover is exactly how this person made the mistake of saying Bull Nakano wrestled at Wembley Stadium. And that is because she wrestled at Wembley, but it was Wembley Arena. And some of you may be thinking, well, now hold on. The Tokyo Dome used to only be called the Big Egg. And I thought that was where Grok, I'm going to admit, Grok was really not understanding what I was saying and kind of going all over the place with what it was saying. So if you're going to use an AI chatbot, don't use Grok right now. It seems to have a lot of freaking issues. Don't use it. I think ChatGPT is a little bit better. But I use Google, so thank you, Google. You will always be reliable. I'm not going to use your AI though. But no, Google helped me understand that Tokyo Dome and Big Egg were or are still the same building, but also that Wembley Arena and Wembley Stadium have both been around since the 20s or 30s. And they are definitely two different buildings. So people are, I'm sure some people are going to get up in arms about, oh, that's wrong. Like, well, hey, look, find me the information that shows me I'm wrong. I went to look for the information that proved I was right. But I also found the information that proved I was wrong. So Mercedes Moné has that accolade. She has earned it. Good for her. She's still not the greatest women's wrestler of all time. No, she is not. No one will ever convince me she is. Okay, she's absolutely not. But WWE did a great job of making her look great. They did not really help her out. Now that I've wasted yeah, you see, Josh right here. If I did not persist in making sure I understood the information correctly, I would have come on here and spouted out that Mercedes Moné did not do it. That Bull Nakano wrestled at Wembley Stadium, and then somebody smarter than me shows up and says, hey, look, I understand what you're saying, but here's the problem. It wasn't Wembley Stadium she wrestled at, it was Wembley Arena, which are two completely different buildings. And that is important to know. Like, okay, damn, I checked my facts, and what do you know? Turns out that in my initial information was not fully informed. So I give Mercedes Moné the credit she deserves. She has done something truly remarkable. Wrestled in 4 of the most famous arenas in pro wrestling history, and being the first woman to do that. Congratulations to her. There's no ill will. They thought she was worth the time. They thought that she was worth the money, so they did it. Congratulations to Mercedes Moné, and congratulations on having 100 titles that mean absolutely nothing, because no one believes you're that good. No one, not enough people believe that Mercedes Moné is actually that good. No one. Who we do believe is that good is John Cena. Because John Cena is the last real champion, or so he calls himself. He is the GOAT, or so he calls himself. Well, he is all 4 faces of the Mount Rushmore Pro Wrestling, or so he says. As he is a genius, or so he says. And yet, on that last one, I kind of can't disagree, because he really laid it out. He knew exactly who he wanted to wrestle 6 months ago. At each point, he knew what matches he wanted to be in, because his goal all along, he revealed, was to become undisputed WWE champion and ruin wrestling. That is quite impressive. That he, as he said, this is a mathematical equation, and he's got the numbers down. When he is going, in his mind, what he believes, he is going to ruin wrestling simply by staying the undisputed WWE champion and leaving with the title. Cody Rhodes came out, pointed out how John Cena did not account for one variable, and that is Cody Rhodes winning King of the Ring and beating John Cena. Now John Cena has figured Cody out, and that's what this opening segment on SmackDown was all about. That John Cena figured out what and who Cody Rhodes is. He figured out exactly how to beat Cody Rhodes, how to be better than Cody Rhodes, and how to get under Cody's skin. And you know what? Can you really blame him for thinking that? It really is. Cody Rhodes really did. He beat himself, really. Essentially, that's what John Cena said. Essentially, John Cena said that I didn't beat you. You beat you. I just took advantage. And so now John Cena knows exactly how to get in Cody Rhodes' head, and he knows how to beat Cody Rhodes. This is definitely a problem, considering the fact that Cody Rhodes, he had to go through Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade last week on SmackDown just to advance to the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. Now, LA Knight, Randy Orton came down in this segment as well, talking about how they're both going to become world champion. I know, strange, because right now, LA Knight is not even close to being a contender. I don't think so. Like, okay, Knight. Like, I mean, you're cool, but are you really going to be the one to dethrone John Cena? I don't think so. Well, but someone that might actually dethrone John Cena, attack John Cena from behind, and that is Run the Truth Killings. It does appear that is going to be his official name from now on. Run the Truth Killings attacked John Cena from behind with his new look. He's not bald. He's not completely bald. He's got a design buzz into his hair. And Josh and Chad, he's even saying, I don't want him anywhere near the title. LA Knight. Yeah. No. Like, no. That is gonna be a downgrade. That's gonna be a big downgrade. But like, they're really pushing this John Cena R-Truth thing. Because R-Truth attacks Cena later on, R-Truth attacks Cena again later on last week on SmackDown, halfway through the show, and that caused John Cena to agree to a match tonight on SmackDown. John Cena is wrestling at a SmackDown in his final year in WWE. I'm shocked. I cannot believe it. John Cena has agreed to a match against R-Truth on SmackDown. This, if WWE, like, it's, I'm almost certain now that WWE are going to have R-Truth be the one to dethrone John Cena. And not a single one of us is going to complain about it. And that is absolutely crazy. John Cena and R-Truth are going at it again. The second time in what, a month? Yeah, Josh, you called this. You called this. Like, this is like WWE, they are playing chess. They're playing chess, 4-day chess, while the rest of us are still eating checkers. Okay? That is where we are at, where we can barely predict what they're gonna do. Dude, it is truly a great time. There is no better time to be a WWE fan than right now. If you're not a fan of WWE, I hope you become a fan, because the program, the product, everything has never been better. Now, after this, we did eventually get to our first match of the night, the fatal one of the two men's fatal 4-way quarterfinal matches. Just now, again, this was a fatal 4-way, so there were 4 men. Can you guess who they were? It was Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and the eventual winner, Randy Orton. You see, that's why I said LA Knight isn't anywhere close to a title picture because, well, he did not win his King of the Ring quarterfinal match. So he's not close. He has no reason to be close. Mello and Aleister Black have more reason to be closer to the title than LA Knight. I'm not saying put Mello or Black in the title picture, but you can make an argument for why they deserve an opportunity to earn a spot more than LA Knight. I mean, no disrespect to LA Knight. He sells a lot of merchandise. He gets a lot of people excited about him. And so I'm not going to take any of that away from him, but I mean, what are you going to do? Like LA Knight, you don't do it for me. You don't do it for some of us at IYH. And that's okay, man, because you are still one of the best performers in WWE, because you know what? You're on a show almost every week. People get excited every time they see you, so you making the company money, and so they're gonna keep on using you. Hey, that's a good life if you ask me. What else is a good life is that Jade Cargill has earned herself a spot in the Fatal 4-Way Queen of the Rings quarterfinal match against Nia Jax, Michin, and Piper Niven. Now, these are 3 huge women with 1 Michin. And this was a solid match. And watching it back, I had forgotten who won. And I was thinking, Nia should win. Nia should win this. Like, wait, I forgot who won. Who did win? Jade Cargill. Which I'm not too mad about, because they're still very much pushing Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, the Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton storyline. So something is going to happen with those two. And we will hopefully find out more tonight as to what that feud looks like. I'm looking forward to it. Up next, Naomi had a threat for Tiffany Stratton, making it clear that Naomi, it doesn't look like she's gonna be playing games like Seth Rollins and like, ooh, who am I gonna cash in on? Naomi is like, Tiffany, I'm cashing in on you. Beep. Naomi is, because yeah, it was Nia Jax defending her women's championship against Naomi, and Tiffany helped Naomi win, or helped Nia win, only to turn on Nia and cash in on her. So we are getting full circle. We're coming right back to where it starts. Naomi and Tiffany, they got unfinished business, and we are going to see when Naomi cashes in. Because when I say when, I'm certain it's happening, and I'm certain Naomi is walking out of that as women's champion. Now, there was a segment with Nick Aldis and the tag teams to determine who was going to be the first ones to take a crack at the Motor City at the Wyatt Six. And the Motor City Machine Guns were the ones selected. Unfortunately, overall, this was a good match with the finish was a bit sloppy. It appeared that Chris Sabin reacted too quickly. or too early to the finisher from Gacy and Loomis, which threw them off. And now, like, crap, this is supposed to be finished, and this is not a good way. Like, they knew it did not look good. I was watching the back, like, oh no, Saban, you miscalculated. Like everything was miscalculated with that. Thankfully, the fans seem to be forgiving in the arena. They applauded when Wyatt 6 won. They gave them the respect that they deserved. And that, so hopefully this is a path to the Wyatt 6 being about more than just Bray Wyatt. Because that is a very big deal. This group cannot solely be about Bray Wyatt. And I really hope to see a lot of good things from them. Hopefully tonight's match, I'm assuming they're gonna have a match on SmackDown tonight. I do not know for certain yet, but hopefully they do, and hopefully it looks a lot better than last week's. We had our second women's Fatal 4-Way Queen of the Ring quarterfinal match, where Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss before the match traded some words in Gorilla. Alexa saying she's going to become Queen of the Ring, and Charlotte, of course, saying there's only enough room in this place for one queen. Woo! Once again, Charlotte Flair is showing she has no personality that is her own. Her entrance theme, what is it based off of? Her daddy's entrance theme. What is her outfit and her attire? The robe that she wears to the ring. That's influenced by her daddy too. Her entire almost her entire arsenal of moves is inspired by her father. The woo, she straight up stole that from her father. So tell me, which part of this is Ashley Flair? Which part of this is Charlotte? As far as I can tell, all we see is we get to see Charlotte Flair be whoever the hell she wants to be. Man, and Charlotte, this was a fantastic ending because at first, Chelsea Green was supposed to be in this match. She wasn't because she missed her flight, but she didn't seem too shooken up about it because she was on the phone with Piper Niven. Piper brought the phone with Alba Fire to Nick Aldis saying, oh, you need to postpone the match till next week. Nick Aldis said, no, I'm not doing that. Alba, you look like you're ready to compete. So go go out there and take Chelsea's spot. If Alba had one line in that segment, and it was a good line. She was in her suit, but she you can audibly hear her say, "I got to get into my wrestling suit now." Ugh. What do they say? What does it say? Make the most of every second you're on TV. Make the most of every second you have to catch someone's attention. Alba, you caught my attention. And that was perfect. It was a perfect little moment that may not go down as the greatest moment of all time, but it made me think of her. It made me pay attention to her. And this was a good match. Candice LeRae and Alba Fire both put on some good offense, knowing that they were the ones that are not expected to win. But it was Alexa Bliss that would win by pinning Candice LeRae right after hitting a Sister Abigail. But at the same time, the best part about this finish was the fact that Charlotte Flair, while Alexa was going for the pin, Charlotte Flair had already locked Alba Fire in the figure 8. The referee was watching Alba Fire, but saw that Alexa was going for her pins, and so he's like, I have to count the pin. 1, 2, 3. Alexa wins, and then literally the second after the ref counted 3, Alba taps out. So, Josh, why don't you tell me what's gross? What is? Oh, Alexa Bliss. That's right. I forgot. You're not a fan of Alexa Bliss. You hate Alexa Bliss, while I am a huge fan of Alexa Bliss. I love Alexa Bliss. So you look. You can hate Alexa Bliss all you want, but soon enough, you are going to have to call her Queen of the Ring. And now we had to move on. Now, actually, before there was another segment that I don't know why WWE did not cover this segment, but there was a segment with John Cena and CM Punk, where CM Punk made it very clear that, oh, I'm not a hypocrite. Like, you're kind of a hypocrite. You're kind of a hypocrite, CM Punk. Kind of, because you said you'd never wrestle in Saudi Arabia, and now you're going to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. Look, if you're willing to do business, okay, man? But you said you'd never wrestle in Saudi Arabia. And so don't be surprised, Punk, if you lose some fans over this. Okay? I don't think it's anything to really for fans to get all angry about, because the fact is, who cares? It's like, it is what it is. All right. I mean, okay. So CM Punk goes back on his word, and he wrestles in Saudi Arabia. It's for business purposes only. Yeah. And, okay, Josh. Yeah, really, Josh. Really, you're gonna call Alexa Bliss the queen of sewer rats? Then what the hell is Liv Morgan? I thought Liv Morgan was the queen of the sewer rats. That okay, dude? Like, pick a lane. Who's a sewer rat? It's one thing to say they both are. It's another thing to say that Alexa Bliss is the queen of the sewer rats. What makes her queen? Because I thought for sure you would have said that Liv Morgan was queen of the sewer rats, dude. Huh? Huh? Liv is in. Damn. Okay. Well, all right. So okay. You're right. I'll grant you that. You're being nice to Liv Morgan, who's unfortunately suffered a shoulder injury, what we believe to be is a dislocated shoulder. Likely going to be out for about 3 months, which is going to give Roxanne Perez plenty of time to turn Dirty Dom into her Daddy Dom. Oh, this is Dom. Dominic, my man. You got to stop doing this, and you got to start adulting, dude. Okay? You cannot be hopping around from one woman to another woman like this. Okay? It will not work out for you, dude. It will not. You are going to be the one who gets hurt in the end. And now we move on to our main event, which was Cody Rhodes taking on Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade to determine the final participant in the men's semifinals for the King of the Ring tournament. And at the end of this match, you had everybody getting in some great moves. You had Shinsuke almost sneaking in to steal the whole thing. You had Damian Priest almost hitting his old school and almost hitting the razor's edge. But ultimately, even with Andrade hitting the message, it was Cody Rhodes hitting a double Cody cutter to Shinsuke and Andrade, then delivering a crossroads to Andrade and fighting out of Shinsuke Nakamura, trying to hit Cody with the crossroads. Once ultimately Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads on Shinsuke Nakamura and won. Honestly, I don't think this is much of a surprise to anybody. Cody Rhodes was going to win. So now there is a potentiality that we have Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes in the finals, or Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn. Because Cody Rhodes is going to be facing Jey Uso next week on Raw. And no offense to Jey, I don't see Jey Uso winning this. If he wins, fantastic, amazing, one of the absolute best things he can do. Unfortunately, I do not believe that it's gonna end well for him. Hopefully that this is a good match between Cody and Jey, because at this point that is really the only thing that matters. And Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn is happening tonight on SmackDown, I do believe. Yes. Randy Orton has to pull out the Viper, the Legend Killer, and beat Sami Zayn, or Sami Zayn has to be tougher, meaner, and better than Randy Orton in order to win. Because Randy, he can go to dark places. Sami Zayn has never gone to dark places. So, Sami, this is your time. Go to dark places and you'll win. If you don't, you got a slim chance, dude. Another match we got on tonight's card is the returning Asuka, who won her Queen of the Ring quarterfinal match. And to advance, will be taking on Alexa Bliss in the semifinal matchup. This is gonna be truly. This should be really good, because these two have not wrestled each other in a long time. Now, from what I can recall, the other match would have to be Roxanne Perez versus Jade Cargill. I don't like Roxanne's chances because Jade, she's bigger, but she's also stronger and faster than Roxanne Perez. As I don't see why any one of these four women could win, because like calling the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, with a crown on her head, like, that looks good to me. I can already visualize that. That looks great. Alexa Bliss, the Wicked Queen of WWE. I love it. The Storm Queen, Jade Cargill, or the Queen Prodigy, Roxanne Perez. I am on board with all of that. And another thing we got to talk about real quick is that Gunther versus Goldberg is confirmed for Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia. And what's going to happen in Atlanta, Georgia? Likely it's going to be a short match, and likely Gunther is going to retain. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which is fan-freaking-tastic. I personally cannot wait. I am looking so forward to watching that. That is going to be awesome, especially since, ladies and gentlemen, we can proudly announce that it will be Goldberg's final match with WWE. He is done. His career is over. He is no longer wrestling after this match. Thank God. Ugh. Look, Goldberg's great. I didn't grow up with Goldberg. I only heard about him. So like I don't have the attachment these other people have with Goldberg. But Gunter, this is just gonna be another accolade for Gunther. As for who is his opponent next, probably Jey Uso. One way or another, it's probably going to be Jey Uso next. If it's not Jey, I have no idea who it's going to be, but it's going to be fun to tune in and watch. Now, once again, I want to remind you guys to check out our Discord or channel. Oh, and apologies if you're not watching this, I will read you the link to use. Hopefully, you can remember it. If not, just mark this YouTube channel. My apologies. Mark this Discord. Pause it. Let's hit podcast. It's a Friday night. I'm sure we're just glad it's a Friday night, man. Pause the podcast. Just wait till you have a moment. Write down the link. Type it in. Whatever you got to do. Your Discord is available on all phones, all PCs, even consoles. It's available on consoles. That is how awesome Discord. It is great. It is a great way to communicate with people that are, especially for guys like us, for the IYH, for gamers, for streamers, for content creators. It is a way to connect and stay in touch with your fan base. Or maybe it's just something good you have with you and your friends. But the Discord link, and here it is, HTTP, I want to make sure people know to put that in. You know the dots. You know the dots I'm trying to say. // discord.gg. And in case you need help, Discord is spelled DISCORD. / after GG, lowercase q 4, uppercase Y, lowercase x, lowercase t, uppercase B, lowercase t, uppercase W. This code is only good for at least 7 days after June 20th. If after that, you would have to receive a brand new code. Oh, that is how we have it set up for the Discord. If you're probably wondering, why don't you just make the Discord code Team IYH or IYH or in your house or something like that? The reason why is because Discord has requirements to be able to do that. Which is why we need your help. We need a certain amount of users in our Discord. And granted, it's quite a lot. I mean, I couldn't even hit it. And in my own personal Twitch streaming Discord, I've got 100 users. And that's not enough. But if you guys help us grow, if you tell a friend about it in your house, maybe we can get to that point where our Discord link can just be discord.gg/IYH. Nice, simple, easy. But we cannot do this alone. We've got a great team here, but we need the help of our supporters. We need the help of our fans. We need the help of every single listener, every single viewer out there. And only with you guys, only with your help, can IYH grow to be the #1 wrestling podcast in the world. So I think that is a good place to call it for the evening. Thank you guys for tuning in, for hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. I am going to be editing and putting up a new stream for or a new video of this stream on YouTube because there's some things I need to fix with it. But be sure to check it out everywhere you get podcasts. Be sure to check out all the channels on the IYH network. Enjoy your Friday nights, enjoy your weekend, have a great week at work, and I will see you guys next time.